Okay, in this video we're doing Unit 7 test review, numbers 13 through 15. We are expanding logs. When you expand logs, you actually have to remember three things. Okay, and I'll write them right above these questions. So, the three properties are, if we are multiplying two things, we're going to add their logs together. If we are dividing two numbers or two variables, we have to subtract their logs from each other. And if there's any exponents, move them to the front of that corresponding log. Okay? So here we have log base 2 of 4x to the 5th over y squared. You're going to have a log for whole numbers and also each variable. So I have 1, 2, 3 logs that I need to write out. So I'm going to have log base 2, log base 2, log base 2. The log base 2 is coming from the original problem right here. So I have log base 2 of 4 for the whole number, x to the 5th, y squared. What operations am I going to put in between? Well, what are we doing between 4 and x to the 5th? We are multiplying. So I'm going to put a plus sign in between. And what are we doing between these two and y squared? We are dividing. So that means I need to do a subtraction sign. Alright, what I see though are exponents, so we got to make sure that we move this in front and the 2 in front of the corresponding log. Okay, so I'm going to have plus 5 log base 2 of x minus 2 log base 2 of y. And the reason why I haven't done this is because if I can think of what this is equal to, I'm going to actually write it out. So log base 2 of 4, that's 2 raised to what power is equal to 4? Well, 2 squared, so this actually equals 2. Okay, you can also double check that. So I'm going to go ahead and do log of 4 divided by log of 2, and that just equals 2. Okay, so if it becomes a whole number or a decimal that ends, you want to go ahead and write it out that way. So this is my final answer for number 13. So let's take a look at 14. I have a whole number and a variable, so I'm going to have two logs here. Log of 10 to the 2x and log of y to the 6. I don't have a base here because the original problem doesn't have a base. What am I doing between the 10 to the 2x power and then y to the 6? I am multiplying, so I'm going to add these two logs with each other. I'm going to move my exponents in front, so 2x goes right in here, 2x log 10 plus the 6 goes right in front as well, 6 log of y. Alright, so notice there's 2x times log of 10. Remember, this is base 10. 10 to what power is equal to 10? That equals 1. Alright, so let's double check that. Log of 10. That equals 1. So 2x times 1 plus 6 log y. I can just go ahead and multiply those out. That's just 2x plus 6 log of y. That would be my final answer. That's the most expanded and simplified. Okay. Alright, last one. We have log base 4 of 6 times square root of x over y. Okay, so I have a whole number, x, and a y. I'm going to have 3 logs here. We have log 4, log base 4, log. I'm going to move this over a little bit. Base 4. So I'm going to have a log for the 6, square root of x, and the y. Okay, so I am multiplying between 6 and the square root of x. We're dividing by the y. Okay, so a general rule is if it's in the numerator, you're going to go ahead and put plus signs in between those. If it's in the denominator, you're going to put a minus sign. Alright, you can try to do log base 4 of 6 on your calculator. So you could do it as math option A. Alright, it gives me this decimal. When I try to change it to a fraction, I can't. So I'm going to leave it as an expression, log base 4 of 6. Okay. The thing that I see here is you never want to have radicals in your expanded logarithmic expressions. So I know the square root of x, okay, Another way to write this is x raised to the 1/2 power. Okay, why? Because here's x to the first. Square root means I need to find groups of 2. So remember, exponent over your index. Okay, so this is log base 4 of x to the 1/2. And since there's an exponent, we'll move this right in front. So log base 4 of 6 plus 1/2 log base 4 of x minus log base 4 of y. So that's expanding your logs. Make sure you guys remember these 3 rules, and you should be okay.